All right, good morning, everyone. We have a packed house here this morning for what will go down in history as our largest and most successful conference. Thank you so much for joining us here today for the 13th annual Marquette University Real Estate Strategies Conference. My name is Andy Hunt, and I am the VEITH Director of the Center for Real Estate, and I could not be more excited for the speakers and discussion that we have ahead today. I wanted to put your attention toward the QR codes that are both on your tables today for access to the conference, to our conference program, where you'll be able to read a little bit more about our agenda and each of our speakers, as well as paying attention to our sponsors, which I'd like to thank now. First of all, a big thank you to our annual sponsor, Associated Bank, to our gold sponsors, Saris Partners, Colliers, Link Logistics, the Mayhood Company, and MLG Capital, to our silver sponsors, CBRE, Connor Commercial Real Estate, Fiduciary Real Estate Development, Godfrey & Kahn, Hammis Partners, Health Peak Properties, Luther Group, Mandel Group, M3 Insurance, Ryan Companies, Von Briesen and Roper, Wintrust, and Zilber Limited, and to our wonderful blue level sponsors as well. Please join me in thanking these sponsors. I'd also like to publicly acknowledge our legacy members for the Center for Real Estate. This is a very special group to us as they are the top tier donors to our program over the last 5 to 10 years. Many of the student initiatives that we make possible are because of their significant level of gifts, and we want to make sure that we publicly recognize them today. Thank you to our legacy members. I couldn't be more excited to have Michael Riepel joining me today to welcome all of you. Mike is the chair of the Center for Real Estate Advisory Board, and in keeping with today's theme of interdisciplinary work and redefining real estate, he is an undergraduate business major who got his law degree, has worked in big law with investment firms, and now with a major insurance company. Mike is a dedicated volunteer and mentor to many students and an incredibly active member nationally with NAIOP, where he also serves as an organization governor. And in 2019, Mike brought NAIOP and us at Marquette together to found MKE CRE Summer High School Immersion Program, which has impacted the lives of so many BIPOC high school students in our area. Please join me in welcoming Mike Riepel.
Good morning, everybody. This is a very exciting day. This is a lot of people here. I think we're over 400, is that right? That's incredible. So next year we're gonna have to do the overflow room. As Andy mentioned, I am an alumnus of the program. I graduated in 2009 as an undergraduate and went straight to law school at Marquette. So today's topic really hits home for me, the interdisciplinary approach. But I mean, throughout it, 13 years ago, I was a student here as well, but I wasn't an undergrad. I was in law school. I was probably the only law student here. Now we have a lot more, so thank you guys for being here. We have a lot of other students here, so if you guys have the opportunity, those in the audience, please take a moment to introduce yourselves to the students. They can be a little shy. I was when I was in that stage of life, and this is the reason we're all here. So I have a few notes here. I was supposed to think. Let me pull that up. So first and foremost, as chairs of the advisory board, I'd like to formally acknowledge our board. So if you're in the audience, please stand. Please, yes, give them a round of applause. 13 years ago and before that, this program was a lot smaller, but with the help of the advisory board and those people that were just recognized, we've grown this program considerably. This is an incredible day, I think, for the future of the program and really excited, and thank you to all of those who have volunteered their time as part of the advisory board and supported in other ways. It wouldn't be possible without all of you. And then, bringing it to today, this program is one of our biggest drivers for fundraising, for support, discussion of topics that we're learning in the classroom and distributing to our alumni and students. So thank you all for being here and being a part of that. But specifically, this program wouldn't have been possible today without Melanie Repke, Lane Collins, Ava Villarreal, Drew Stathis, Andrew Goldstein, Brian Dorrington, Tim Rippinger, Anthony Penny-Cross, and Vito Taphorn. So if you're here, thank you. They each personally carried a table in today, so we squeezed them in. And then, before I introduce our Dean Hanley, I'd like to take a moment to introduce Linda Gorens-Levy, who will be moderating our fireside chat with our keynote later. Linda is partner with General Capital Group, and she is the executive in residence for our real estate program, which is an incredible opportunity for the students and for our program to have her perspective. She's the first woman to hold that an executive in residence position at the college in the history of the business school. And thank you, Linda, for doing that. So thank you for being a resource. And finally, without further ado, I'd like, it's my privilege and honor to introduce Tim Hanley. For those of you who haven't had the opportunity to work with Tim or to get to know Tim, he's been an incredible advocate and champion for our college. Stepped into an interim role with the dean almost 4 years ago, is that right? We keep not letting him retire. So he is officially done with his tenure this year. But I think for those of you who've had the opportunity to work with him, you know how much impact and difference he's made for the college. For those of you who don't know, Hanley is a seasoned global executive, extensive experience consulting. Under his leadership at Deloitte, he was with the Global Consumer and Industrial Products Group, which he grew to be the largest at Deloitte. And again, without him and his efforts at Marquette, I think you wouldn't see the success we've had at the college. And in particular, he's been a big champion for the real estate program and really helped us level up over and over. So thank you guys, or thank you, Tim, and thank you for joining me and welcoming Tim to the stage.
Good morning. Wow. We announced this as standing room only. I've been looking in the back. No one's standing. We must have found some extra chairs. So this might be the largest group I've ever seen in this incredible ballroom. So Andy, the entire planning team, congratulations. This is going to be just a fantastic day. As Mike said, I joined the college just a little over 4 years ago. And I've always been a pretty active alumnus supporter, but I knew real estate was a thing at Marquette. But I didn't realize what a thing it was and how really important it was to the entire College of Business. And just in these last 4 years that I've been here, I've seen this program amazingly flourish, and that is not by accident. That happens because of all of you in the room. The alumni base, the businesses that support us, this is what is making this one of the absolutely best programs in the country. I still think it's a bit understated. We're kind of a Midwest modest here. But I'm incredibly proud of this program, and part of what I do, I spent the last couple of days in Minneapolis. Some of what I do kind of tirelessly is promote this college. And in every one of those promotion efforts, I talk about this program because I'm incredibly proud of it. There's so many things we have done and we brought to light just in the last 4 years, and a lot of you have helped make that happen. We have this incredible real estate asset program, and I look around the crowd and I see many of the members of the investment committee. I see Vito. These are things that don't happen everywhere. They're happening here at Marquette. And because of this amazing room and how many supporters we have, there's a lot of other things we're going to do to further elevate this program. When we elevate this program, we elevate the college. And so for that, Andy, I'm grateful to you, the rest of your team, and to all the people in the crowd for that. We couldn't be more proud of the role that this college plays on our campus. Again, real estate being a much bigger part of it than you think. Do you realize real estate is the 4th largest major in the College of Business? And again, that doesn't happen by accident. That happens by tireless effort. It happens because we place incredibly bright people in great companies, and you come back to support us. But this College of Business does an amazing job of placing kids. We're just coming off, by the way, recruiting season. May 1's kind of the deadline. If you remember when your children were picking colleges, May 1's kind of the deadline. And so we've had a lot of families on our campus the last month. And one of the things we love to talk about is our placement rate. We love to talk about our internship percentage, which basically means any Marquette business student can have an internship if they want. A lot of that in real estate, and a lot of that's because of you. So we want to keep bringing you brilliantly bright people like the ones I see here in front of us. We love for you to engage them and help them grow into future leaders. Stepping up one level to our university, many of you may not appreciate, we're ranked number 12 in the country in undergraduate teaching. In our College of Business, we have 6 top 25 programs. A lot of people would be a bit surprised by that. And our real estate program at number 15 in the country, by the way, which is understated, Andy, understated, we have work to do in that respect, is our top-rated program in the college. We really are focused on building leaders. I like to talk about secret sauce. Many of you may know I had a career before I stepped into this role. I spent 40 years in public accounting, and in the early part of my career, it was my job to come to campus and recruit kids, and I recruited literally hundreds of them from Marquette. And I think at Marquette, not just in accounting, not just in real estate, not just in supply chain, we do a great job of building people. We also create leaders. I think that's why there's so many people in this room. I think there's some sort of secret sauce we have in the College of Business, and we're going to keep that going. So again, thank so many of you for being here. I want to get on with the program, but first I have the real privilege of introducing our keynote speaker, John Thomas. John, I really want to thank you. I know how busy your schedule is for coming here to Milwaukee today. John serves, as many of you know, as the vice chair of the board of Health Peak Properties. Prior to this, he was the president and chief executive officer of Physicians Realty Trust. John's built his amazing career navigating interdisciplinary fields to create value. This is not just about business. We've got people from law in the crowd. We've got engineers in this crowd. John really recognizes this is the way you really build leaders in real estate. As the co-founder of Physicians Realty Trust, he led the company through its recent merger with HealthPeak, which was completed in the first quarter of this year, so you can imagine how busy he has been. And he's capitalized on so many of the strengths of his company and through their people. Many of them are here today. This is his first public appearance since that deal was finalized. So, John, we're incredibly thrilled to have you here today, and I know the crowd's really excited to hear from you. What John's going to share with a little bit of help from Linda is some success strategies, some lessons learned from his incredible career, which includes now having a diverse background of experiences in law, real estate, and healthcare in particular, showing how that can create unseen opportunities and advantages.